We are back talking about this game dying today. Everybody's been talking about Allier's video. Cypher made the video. I was interested in what Evolved Jake had to say, and now everybody has been talking about Allier's video. I was personally a little bit worried with how much we were talking about the player count, people taking off to Roblox, but hey, you know what? The view duration of my video says that you guys like these, so I think I've officially become your background guy. But if the topics have been a little repetitive lately, I'm always looking to improve the channel, so please make it known in the comments down below. Anyways, hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels. Guys, please show Allier some love in the pinned comment description down below. Let's hear what he has to say about it and see if this video is any different.
Fortnite. Is it time to say goodbye? As the biggest Fortnite creators in the world are making videos, putting out tweets saying that maybe Fortnite is dying, as it's reached its lowest player count in years.
Now, he uploaded this video a few days ago, shockingly today, which is the 16th of September 2025. This apparently has been the actual lowest day played Fortnite ever.
With Fortnite creators moving to other games, what's really going on, and is Fortnite actually dying? Having played the game myself since day one, I'm going to be talking about multiple different topics within the world of Fortnite.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I was covering Allier's face this entire time. How has it been the whole 30 seconds been covering his face? Oh no. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just noticed.
They're actually going really well, and things that aren't, whether or not I am actually saying goodbye to Fortnite.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Allier started up a Roblox channel. A lot of creators have been talking about how well he's doing, and honestly, I'm happy for him. I don't know, like, if people want to move over to Roblox because the views are great over there, that's an awesome thing. I don't care. Yeah, like, people are, like, taking this like it's the, you know, doomsday for Fortnite. And it's important to note, too, I'm recording this video a couple days before proximity chat drops into Fortnite Battle Royale, so I don't know if that's going to affect the player count. It depends on how well it actually, you know, gets implemented into the game. It depends if Epic Games actually wants to keep it into the game. But I've always said that proximity chat could be something that could literally revitalize the game, because all you need to do is have some creators make some shorts on that, get the word out there that proximity chat's in BR, and people will absolutely be going crazy for Fortnite. But you could also argue, because the biggest creators are taking over, Fortnite has been locking in, and all of a sudden, we're getting proximity chat. I'm so excited for that to drop, man.
Actually dying within Fortnite is the original Battle Royale mode. Battle Royale isn't quite as popular as it used to be. With loads of bots thrown into lobbies now, winning just isn't quite as exciting. The players that are really, really good, and the players that are jumping in and playing Fortnite for the first time, have an absolutely massive skill gap. But it's not all doom and gloom, as Fortnite have built out their own modes that we know and love. Reload, blitz, fast-paced, quicker games that keep your attention span and keep you playing over and over. These modes,
and with all of these modes in Battle Royale, obviously the player bases, or the player count's going to suffer with all of these different modes. Obviously that's going to happen, and if you combine them all along with everybody on UEFN in general, the player count is perfectly fine. I know what you're going to say. Hey, the player count is still the lowest that it's ever been. It'll go back up. Epic Games has been through this before. They'll get through it again, and I'm a big believer in Fortnite, especially with UEFN 5-10 years down the road. It's going to be phenomenal, man.
Are thriving, and actually the player counts are only going upwards. But for most of us, Battle Royale, the core mode, is the reason we started playing this game. And if that isn't strong, a lot of players aren't interested in the other modes.
Do you think that's true? Because I'm somebody who has lost... I don't want to say I've lost interest in Battle Royale, because I still really love what Battle Royale is. The problem is there's problems in Battle Royale, primarily being the amount of bots that I've been running into. But then again, I feel like the past, like, maybe week or so, Epic Games maybe tweaked it a little bit, because I haven't been having that same experience that I've had this entire chapter with bots. But that's the reason I'm going to go and play things like Fortnite Reload. I'm a big Fortnite Reload and Fortnite Ballistic player right now. If they were to fix some core issues in Battle Royale, like, let's say, have a toggle option for somebody like me who doesn't want to play with bots, then I would be interested in the game again. Like, it's just a couple things that Epic Games is doing that's driving me away from BR. It's not just that I'm getting bored of Battle Royale itself.
Big things that got me the most excited, and a lot of you guys excited, are all the updates happening nearly every week.
I'll die on this hill. It's an issue with leaks. It's not a Burnout issue. It's not an Epic Games issue. It's because we are not surprised by any of these updates anymore.
8 years that Fortnite Battle Royale has been available, these seem to be getting smaller and less significant and less exciting with every update that passes. Something that's happening not only with updates and almost all parts of Fortnite is the fact that something that would have been big and cool years ago just isn't as exciting anymore.
And that's because of leaks. They could still have the spectacle for a ton of stuff that's been going on, but I will die on this hill. I know I'm correct in saying this. It's because of how bad leaks are. And I know last time I mentioned a lot of people were saying, yeah, but we still had leaks in Chapter 1. It was not to this extent. It was not.
People's standards are so high for Fortnite that even something crazy like adding in Megazord isn't getting people that excited, because we've seen things in the past like Godzilla, and each time they do something which is similar, it just can't quite keep up with what happened before. They've added so many different guns, so many unique items. It's almost as if they've run out of new things to add. And hey, being able to add so many things like they have done for 8 years is seriously impressive. And one part of updates,
but I know he's about to switch to the next topic. That's why I want to touch on this. Is they're still coming up with really, really great weapon ideas. This season, it's been all right. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, like, it's been all right because, again, I haven't been wanting to play Battle Royale as much as the other modes. Chapter 6, Season 3, though, the amount of great, unique items that were added there, like, Epic Games is still having some really, really, really great ideas and great updates and really fun gameplay mechanics. Again, there's just a couple things, bots being the main reason of why I'm not really incentivized to play Battle Royale. I want to play Fortnite Reload.
People always look forward to are the new skins that are coming to the item shop, and a big part of that are collaborations. Fortnite was one of the first games to hit collaborations hard. With the introduction of Thanos' Gauntlet arriving into Fortnite as its own mode, Fortnite were groundbreaking, and it got everyone talking about the game. If you didn't even know or care much about Fortnite, you definitely knew about Marvel.
And why was that? Maybe because it wasn't leaked. Maybe because we didn't know about it 6 months in advance, and we haven't been talking about it every single day about Thanos being in the game and exactly what he's going to do. I'll die on that hill, guys.
And people that had heard of Marvel would then maybe go and play Fortnite, and these collaborations just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger over the years. If you look at some of the collaborations that are in the game now, from Marvel to animes to musicians to even very lucky creators like myself, there's so much in the game that no matter what they add next, it won't really get people that excited. People are almost numb to the fact that so many big things come to the world of Fortnite that we've seen it all before.
There's a big difference, though. Again, how long were we talking about One Punch Man before it actually ended up coming to the game? The announcement itself is like people are getting burnt out. By the time the One Punch Man guy actually ends up coming into the game, nobody cares about it.
Comes to creators, it feels like some of the biggest people have had their icon skins, and for those that haven't, I really hope they do. And instead, Fortnite are focusing on bigger names within the media world, Speed, Kai, who don't even have direct association with Fortnite, to try and bring new players into the game. But I don't think that will really help. But as I said, it's not all doom and gloom, because if we look specifically into the world of competitive Fortnite, which after my crash out, you can see that I don't play much of, it's actually doing really strong.
And I've heard this. I need to keep a little bit more up on competitive because I'm somebody who enjoys the competitive aspect of Fortnite. I just haven't watched it very much, and I keep meaning to. I just never got around to it because I enjoy the game again for, like, I really, really enjoy the casual game, and I also enjoy, like, the competitive hardcore late game arena type modes. Everyone's saying that competitive has been in a fantastic state and it's only growing, but I can't really speak on that myself.
To get to that level, you've got to put so much time, so much effort in, and it makes up a very small portion of Fortnite's overall player base. And if we think about live events, which draws in anyone and everyone that plays Fortnite, they have gone downhill massively. In Chapter 1, these were the biggest things in the world. No other game were doing live events at the same time in every game you could jump in and experience. I streamed the Black Hole event to like 250,000 people. If you can...
That's a perfect example. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. We would have known about the Black Hole maybe 60 days ahead. We would have known exactly what was going to happen. We would have known exactly how long it's going to go down for. We would have known about the Chapter 2 map. We wouldn't have had to figure anything out. We would have known the exact music track that's been coming out about it. We would know every single POI name on the Chapter 2 map. We would know everything. And then it wouldn't have been the cultural shock that it actually was.
Find the live viewership and all the players that are in game, it was millions, sometimes over 10 million live players within Fortnite. But again, that effect of having done something so cool in the past, it was almost impossible to keep on making live events better and better and better.
Now, the black hole is a very specific one because it's the first time Epic Games was getting rid of that map that we all loved. Like, I don't think there's any matching that. It's kind of like comparing seasons to OG Chapter 1, Season 3 and 4. Like, I'm talking about, like, the actual OG, not the OG that we have out now. It's impossible to actually match that. It's impossible. So it's just like it's impossible to match the black hole event. I just think those two kind of things stand up on their own.
It pulled their focus away from live events, and you can tell that they just got less and less cool, less and less players tuned in, and they don't even happen very often. And the live viewership and the player counts for these events are nowhere near what they used to be.
I don't recall the player counts for all the live events. I thought the Juice WRLD one did very well, but that's something that I actually agree with the player base on. I agree, like, when we talk about missing the old Fortnite charm, something I do agree on is the storyline of the live events. I miss that. I miss that a lot.
One of the issues I think for that is that the storyline, unfortunately, just fell apart. One of the reasons I loved playing Fortnite for so long was just trying to understand what the world of Fortnite was all about and the story that was being unraveled. This all came down to the legend, Donald Mustard, the creative lead behind the storyline, the one that created the Seven, the Imagined Order, this incredible story that was going on with the 0 point.
Yeah, and again, Epic Games has been doing much better with the storyline than I guess you could say in recent years. It's just, and I hate to be that guy, you know, we hear it all the time, it's not the same, but the storyline and the live events, they haven't been matching it, man.
Unfortunately, Donald Mustard left Epic, having not been involved in the Fortnite for years now. The story just fell apart, the live events stopped making as much sense, and I think Epic thought that the storyline was a very small reason anyone cared about Fortnite, but I think it was more important than they realized, and as that fell apart, so did people's connection with the game and wanting to stick around.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, and I think the connection with the game, like, there was a special connection that you had playing this game and experiencing the storyline, but I don't think a ton of people took off, like, just because of the storyline.
Epic's vision for Fortnite has changed over the years, going from pumping everything into Battle Royale, adding collaborations in to trying to make it a platform for as many modes as possible, and this came with the launch of UEFN, where creators could build their own maps and earn really good money if they had good players on there, but it also encouraged Epic to make their own modes as well. Battle Royale is now split between builds mode, zero build, ranked, reload, blitz, Lego mode.
Now, besides the issue with queue times and bots, I don't see an issue with that at all. There's a game for everybody to play, and they might even try more UEFN modes, and Epic Games one day, like, depending, and I fully expect it to become, like, something that I mentioned a little while ago, or I don't remember one of the reaction videos I talked about, like, Project V, remember, with Cypher, Ninja, and all them? Those types of experiences are going to be made, like, 5-10 years down the road, and Epic Games is going to be able to pump more resources. Not that they're low on resources, but they're going to be able to focus more on their Battle Royale game, because they're going to even want to compete with people doing so well in UEFN. There's going to be tons of things for people to play.
Festival mode, and of course the failed rocket racing as well. As players started to get into different modes, it fragments where the players are, and if there aren't as many updates happening to those individual modes, then the interest in those modes falls apart. Some updates has some really cool stuff for Blitz, some updates has some really cool stuff for Reload, but then Battle Royale is nothing at all. But it's not all bad.
But I don't know if I agree with that. Epic Games has been doing a great job, like, updating all of the modes. I'm pretty sure, but I haven't been paying that, like, close attention to see, like, everything's getting its own attention.
So we take a look at UEFN maps and compare it to Roblox. Fortnite want to basically be a Roblox. Now, whether or not you like or hate or haven't really even seen much of Roblox, it is a platform. Roblox is not its own game. Roblox has games within it. So you can jump in and play Steal a Brain Rock, Grow a Garden. You can race cars.
And we've been talking about this for a long time. I know a lot of creators are jumping ship to Roblox. The views out there are great, and that's awesome. That's really, really awesome. And I should probably mention this now is, coincidentally, you're seeing this video after my streams. On this channel, I will be trying 2 new games. I know it's bad timing, but it's just a little bit of a one-off type thing. I'm having a Roblox stream and I'm having a Lego Voyages stream. There's I'm not gonna like there's a couple reasons for that, but do not take that and being like, oh my god, he's thinking about jumping ship too. No, they're like one-off streams, and it's just like happens to be what everybody is doing this type of stuff.
Go to school. You can do whatever you want within those games built in Roblox. And Fortnite wanted to do the same thing. The only thing is, Fortnite in people's heads will almost always be a shooting game, and people want to play the shooting game that Epic are putting out. They don't necessarily want to play a shooting game that someone else has built.
But that's starting to change a little bit. There's been great maps out there. There's very successful maps. Even Steal a Brain Rot, Only Up. We've seen these things happen, and there's tons of UEFN app maps out there with phenomenal gameplay. Some of my favorite maps ever are like user-created maps. Box fights, finest realistics. I love playing them. People make some really great, smooth experiences for the games that I love.
Most popular shooting UEFN games are just 1v1 maps with all the guns or competitive training maps. And the individual maps within Fortnite, I don't think have taken off quite as well as Epic may have wanted.
But as more tools come out, as we get the thin client drops, as we get more and more like in-depth things that you can change about your experience, this is going to match, in my opinion. Like, I have a hard prediction like that it's going to rival Roblox for real, or it might even take it over one day. Epic Games is so good at what they do, man. They're so good, and you can't remember that this is still in its infancy.
Best maps that we've seen have literally been carbon copies of the most popular Roblox maps taken over to Fortnite with a fraction of the players. The most recent success is Steal the Brain Rot, a direct copy of Steal a Brain Rot in Roblox. Roblox is hitting concurrence on the weekend of 20 million players when they do updates. Steal the Brain Rot on Fortnite is hitting 400,000. Comparatively, very small, making Roblox seem so much bigger and a lot.
But it's important to note again, this is in its infancy. It's not comparable. Roblox has been a very successful platform for like 20 years, and Epic Games just started.
More impressive than Fortnite, the game that used to be the biggest thing in the world. Despite a lot of these maps being copied, it's actually really incredible to see a map that's made by someone at home reach that kind of player base, as they've started to take a lot of things that have worked for Battle Royale and bring it into their own experiences. Maps are now having live events every single week, way more than Fortnite Battle Royale could ever do.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that there were maps that had live events in it. I had no idea that was a thing.
Adding in new content every week, and they're taking a lot of the formula factors that have helped Battle Royale grow and applying it to their own map in a really strategic way, which I hope to see even more creative maps come up and grow within the Fortnite universe.
And it will. This is just the start of it. This is going to happen. This is going to continue to happen. And then Epic Games, I don't know if they'd like to, but they're going to find themselves competing one day with a bunch of UEFN maps.
I do think that the Battle Royale genre is on the decline, but there's still things that can make Fortnite feel special. If they can somehow build a story back into the game to make it feel incredible again, which ties into bigger and better and more exciting live events. Work with creators like Typical Gamer who deserve an icon skin and will reflect so well on the community and the people that have built up this game. The Battle Royale mode is definitely not dead.
I'm telling you, make bots optional, fix the leaks. You got a perfect Fortnite Battle Royale. I'm sorry, guys. Usually, I like to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions on this type of thing, but I'm so right when I say that. I know I am.
It's slowing down, but I do see it picking up again. Without the other modes, like Reload, Blitz.
And hang on, I know I'm going to get those comments. Well, don't look at social media. It's impossible. It's impossible, and I'm not going to just put down my phone, okay?
Zero build. Players may have left Fortnite forever, and the player counts could be even lower than they are now. These modes need to be there to keep people's interest in the overall Fortnite experience. And for maps that are being made in UEFN, I think we're only seeing the beginning, the potential of players that can be playing a game within Fortnite, so that you no longer think of Fortnite as just a shooting game, but as Fortnite a platform to play any game in the world that you...
I think that's going to be the biggest thing in Epic Games is going to have to climb over, is like getting over that Fortnite Battle Royale, thing, instead of people looking at Fortnite as a platform. That's going to be difficult. I think it can be done, but they're just going to have to continue. They're just going to have to prove it with time, man. Like I said, Roblox has been out for 20 years. It might take Epic Games another 5-10 years to even like get UEFN going.
So the numbers don't look great, but I do see them picking up. And am I quitting Fortnite? No, of course not. I've got my own skin. However, I have launched a Roblox channel.
Yeah, so this is why everybody's been talking about this, because Ali has been making Roblox content, and he's been doing very, very well. So, hey, I'm happy for him. I don't see the big deal. I don't see the big deal at all. People are making Roblox content. That's awesome. hopefully. I wish him nothing but success. But we'll be over here. We'll be grinding Fortnite.
In Roblox, you can head on over there to take a look. But don't worry, I'm sticking with Fortnite, and I'm excited to see what's coming to the game next. Let me know what you think. You can click on screen here.
I thought it was a pretty good video, man. It added a little bit more to the conversation. I thought that he brought up some good points, but again, it has been a little bit more of the same. But if you want to talk more about Fortnite player counts, Fortnite dying, why don't you check out our reaction to Evolve Jake's take right here? I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.